Hey guys, welcome back to another Druid Plays. This time we're going to be doing Darkest Dungeon. So I don't feel like starting over at this point in this game, but I just want to give people a taste of what this game's like. It's actually a very fun game. Great if you're really into RPGs. It's got a lot of hardcore elements to it. Really makes you think differently compared to a lot of other RPGs though, excuse me. So, mission we're doing today is the Sunken Crew, which is one of the bosses. There's a lot of bosses. You can see there's a couple different areas here. Just to give you a little taste here. So we're bringing a couple different characters. You can see here at the bottom, we've got the leper in the front, the bounty hunter in the middle, or to the left of the leper, then the smuggler, and then finally the vestal. The vestal is basically a healer. Smuggler is like a gun and sword character. He can be in the front or back and do a lot of damage.
Retrieving many valuable
I'm gonna let this guy speak for a moment.
And rare texts. Predictably, they increased their
now this game has very good voice acting too.
Stipulations of secrecy. Such resources had long been exhausted, of course, and so I prepared an alternative payment.
Alright, so that doesn't really spoil a whole lot. There is a story to this game, but it's very minor.
Chained and drowning.
I mean, the whole plot's centered around it, obviously, but it's nothing you really need to follow along with. It's kind of like Dark Souls, where you just play the game and you enjoy it and you have fun. So we're going to start off here, walking around. You can see that little notification there was a character getting stress. So if you're not familiar with this game, that's what's going on. So stealth is a new mechanic that was added since I last played. Certain enemies will come in pre-stealthed, where you can't actually hit them with a direct attack. Area attacks will work just fine. So we're going to use this character here, the bounty hunter. Let's see. Usually I would try to shuffle or stun that character in the back to disable him, because that is a spellcaster. Spellcasters usually have stress-inducing moves that'll stress your characters out. That sounds kind of silly to say, but stress is a very real mechanic in this game. If your stress gets too high, your characters will sometimes go insane, and if it gets high enough, they'll die from a heart attack, something like that. We'll try a grape shot blast here. Missed everything. That's okay. We mark the front guy with the bounty hunter. Usually I'll have her just heal or use her stun move to hit the back line. We'll try to stun this guy. Okay, he resisted it. That's kind of what I expected. Alright, so my big guy got attacked. He resisted bleed. That's good. Just going to try to attack, whittle him down. That spell adds some protection buff, I believe. Oh, no, damage as well. Great. So, we can't hit the back... Oh, we can hit the back line now, so let's hopefully try to go for that. Alright. So we're just going to whittle this guy down since he's already down a ways. Now that's a move that'll knock back and stun, but our guy resisted it in front. Alright, good. So we stun the guy in the back. The leper can't really hit the back line, so we're going to focus on taking down the front guy. So he cured his stun with his turn. And let's see. We're going to try to whittle down the guy in the back now, finally. And I think if we do the finish him move there, it can hit the third row, but if we miss, that's okay. Alright, thankfully he resisted those as well. And we're going to go and try to heal him up. The Vestal is very good for healing. You usually want one in every party. There are some alternative methods. There's a lot of classes, so you have a lot of flexibility, but Vestal's a really good go-to for any party. Just having a solid healer. So we're going to try to, let's see. Yeah, let's try to kill him. Alright, so we got the caster in the back. That's good. They can sometimes heal and do those buffs, so it gets really frustrating. We're just going to try to stun lock him. Nope, okay. Just finish him off hopefully in the next attack. Nope, dodged it. Now the leper doesn't have very good accuracy, so if you see him miss a lot, there's a reason. Now when enemies get criticals like that, it'll actually stress out your whole party, potentially. Alright, good, we killed him. So this is the loot we got, some crest and random items. All the items have some kind of use usually. The crests are going to be used for upgrades. A little antidote and I think it's holy water. Those are used to cure poisons and debuffs and things like that. So the interactable we found there gave us a torch. That light meter at the top we want to keep as high as possible, ideally. In certain situations you can let it run down. But alright, so we got another fight going on here. Syphilis, awesome. I don't remember what that does. That's alright. So we got a caster in the back we can't hit yet. It's going to stress our guys out. And these guys here. So these guys do quite a bit of damage, so it's kind of a toss-up between what you want to go for first. As I said, usually I try to go for the casters because they have those stress-inducing moves, and they can buff. Getting this guy knocked out is a good idea as well, but they're kind of dodgy. Yeah, those guys do quite a bit of damage, as you can see there. He just did 12 damage. Alright, we one-shotted that. That's awesome. Now you can disable this too, but I don't like to because it kind of goes against how the game's played, but enemies have corpses when you kill them, at least most of them do. Really small enemies like spiders don't leave anything, but most enemies leave a corpse behind, so that corpse will actually disrupt the ranks. So sometimes you have to still kill the corpse to get to the back line, depending on what kind of allies you have. Like the leper, even if I killed that guy, but he can't attack the third rank yet because there's a corpse there. So see, now there's two corpses, so we need to clear those before the leper can actually attack anything. There's ways to pull enemies up front and things like that. But luckily he's got a purge move, does a knockback, and also clears all the corpses, so makes it easy for him to get to the enemies. Alright. Oh, we're just checking something there real quick. Okay. I think we're going to try to kill the caster. Oh, one-shot it. Awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't Smuggler. It was Highwayman, but close enough. So, Vestal's pretty much on 24/7 healing duty, because these guys do a lot of damage. And hopefully finish him off here. Come on, Leper. Yeah! Oh, we critical, of course, for like 5 health left. That's alright. So we got some more items. We got the deeds and the crest. Those are useful for upgrading the town. That journal page is more of just a story thing. You don't have to collect them, from what I understand. I usually will get rid of them if I need space for something else that's important. Alright, hit a trap randomly. Sometimes you'll see those on the ground and you can try to disable them. Hopefully we'll run into that later. Usually they're hidden though. So usually you want to top off your torch before you go into the next room. You can surprise enemies easier. And then you'll get a chance to scout ahead if you actually clear the battle. So we're going to do a grape shot blast, try to hit everything. See if she can stun him in the back hopefully. Yeah, awesome.
The match is struck.
And so the finish-in move he just did does extra damage to stunned enemies, so that worked out perfectly there. And we got the leper trying to whittle these guys down. Now the little bloated guy there, if you leave him around too long, he'll explode and do a bunch of damage and potentially give diseases and stuff to your party, so it's best to kill him quickly. The snail is just kind of tough. Has a little health, but it takes very little damage and does spittle stuff that does diseases as well, so it's all stuff you want to kill. The best strategies I've seen for the game are just to like pick an enemy and kill them. That way there's less threats. If you have too many like AoE abilities that spread the damage around, the enemies will stay alive too long and start picking apart your party. But there's a lot of different ways to play. Like I said, there's at least 10 or 11 classes, I think, and they added another one with the expansion, which I've yet to get. And then there's another like expansion just for, I think it's the Shield Breaker. So hopefully we'll finish this up here. Gonna go have her do a heal. You can't heal between combat, so sometimes it's best to sit in combat for another couple turns just to heal up. Just be careful because that can cause stress though. Alright, so found a debuff. That sucks. Sometimes these idols and things have negative effects. Now, what I forgot here, this is a boss map, so what you want to do is go for the room that's the farthest away from where you started. So I just remembered that here when I was playing. We're going to actually go back this way now and make our way to the boss. So if another trap, that's alright. Keep the torch up. No loot in that pack, unfortunately. That's not uncommon. Now the game's not out to screw you over, but it sure likes to try sometimes. As we can see, the bounty hunter's already got 60 stress here. If he hits 100, he will have a chance to go insane or have some other kind of negative effect. Sometimes it will be positive though, but I don't remember if we run into one here. So we found some more loot, that's good. So we'll have to clear some space, unfortunately. Now these items here are for upgrading your town. Very, very important, so you definitely want to get those as often as you can. So we dumped a couple usable items for that. Alright, still no battle. Alright. As much as the fighting can be fun, there's not really a point to it. You don't actually get experience for the fighting, you just get loot. And loot's good, of course, but mainly we want to worry about surviving. So, okay, we're going to do a battle finally. As always, they start off with casting that. Those casters are usually very fast. Can't hit him in the back yet, so we're going to, let's see. I'm just going to try to whittle down the guy in the front. Oh, a critical. Nice. Now, criticals will automatically erase the corpse of that enemy, so those are sometimes helpful, just to keep the flow of the combat going. The leper's got that move that hits the first two. That's very nice for whittling both down. Doesn't do much less damage than just hitting one, so it's usually a net gain of damage. And another critical. Awesome. Now, the Highwayman and the Bounty Hunter are both allies with a very high crit rate, so those are helpful for clearing those corpses still, and just doing a lot of damage. Let's see. Alright. Whittling him down. Most everybody's pretty well healed, so we'll probably just try to finish everyone off. Alright, we stun locked him, that's good. Okay, we finished off the caster, and we got the snail, and the snail's dead. Good deal.
These nightmarish creatures can
Please excuse the bumps, my dog's carrying around a bone. Alright, moving along here. Top the torch off, going into the room. Alright, so we got a scouting here. This tells us what's going on. So, that first little teal icon, that's just a curio, so it looks like a bag. Yep, got some gold, nothing to sneeze at. So this is an obstacle here. Usually this will take some time to clear. That's why I always try to bring a shovel to a map. Sometimes you'll just find them, but you can't always rely on that. And this room is red, so there's always going to be a battle. So the big guy in the front's dangerous. He's got a very strong bleed effect, and then you got these casters in the back that are already stealthed, so we're going to have to just whittle the front guy in the front down. Let's see. Yeah, I can't hit the guy in the back yet, so we'll just mark the guy in the front. Both the Highwayman and the Bounty Hunter have abilities to do extra damage against a marked target, so that's why I kind of have that combo going. And then we got him stunned as well, awesome. But he immediately healed it. That just means he doesn't get his turn, though. And the leper, as always, is trying to miss when I don't want him to. And more stress for everybody! Hooray! Gonna whittle down the guys in the back now. Good, stunned one.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And he can only hit the guys up front, and it's unlikely he's gonna knock him back, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, he resisted it, so. Now, you can kind of see it flashing, but we do have, enemies have resistances that will pop up in that bottom right area. I think he had like a 70% move resistance, so it wasn't even worth trying to push him. Alright, we killed one of the casters, and they're still stressing us out. The Bounty Hunter's awfully close now. So hopefully we can finish this one off and get to a good spot. Alright, good. She just happened to kill them, that's helpful. Now we just need to get this guy down now. These enemies have a lot of health, so that move doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does have a very strong bleed. But thankfully we dodged it. Gonna mark him again because it fell off. And hopefully whittle him down this way. Let's see. Yep, we're gonna try to stun him again. Nope, that's alright. Good, actually hit him. So yeah, so he does 1 damage, and good, we resisted the bleed. The bleed's very strong, so. Alright, good. Just kill him outright. Got some stuff. Good deal. Didn't have to dump anything. I think we're gonna go. Let's see, he's got 96 stress. That's a little risky. We might go ahead and camp here. Yeah, we're going to go and do a camp here. And we'll do the full feast. Just uses up more food, heals more, and then reduces stress. And then you have 12 time amounts that you can use to do actions. So you can see there's a time cost, so we're going to do some of this to hopefully wear off some of the stress. Let's see. So this is a pretty good one. I think we'll do that, yeah. So we're going to quarantine the leper. He takes some damage, but he knocks off a lot of allies' stress, so that's very helpful. And he's got a lot of health anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Just look over some of these real quick. Encourage, I believe it's called. It usually just reduces stress on an ally. Very helpful. Now, let's see, we're going to do... Just checking over these. Okay, we gave himself a buff. And reduce his stress and give him a buff. So hopefully we don't get ambushed. We didn't do any skills that will actually prevent that completely. Oh crap, yep, we got ambushed, so... This is gonna make this run a little more difficult. We still get all those effects, but it does throw you into pitch blackness, and enemies are stronger at that time because of that. You usually get more loot though. And then it shuffles your party up, so like my healer's up front now, which makes it very difficult to actually get some of the spells to cast. Each ability has a certain... Yeah, because she can't use any abilities. Because each ability has a certain space they can be used in, or like a couple different spaces. So most of her stuff is if you're in the back line. The bounty hunter's pretty good in like any position. The leper has to be up front, or like at least the first two spots. So hopefully we'll get some moving going on here. So he can actually shoot from the back, so we're going to have him go ahead and knock him out. Get some damage going, because you don't want to let these... You don't want to waste a lot of your turns shuffling, because then these enemies are just going to pick you apart. Of course, 1 health left. That's alright, so I think we'll try to finish it off. Yep, got it. Do a purge to sweep the field, good deal. So just spat up on him. So he just buffed him, that's okay. Shoot the guy in the back. Nope, still not dead. Finish him off, awesome. We'll stun him here. Nope, I didn't stun him with the heal, that's fine. I should be able to finish him off, there we go. Alright, so once you clear the ambush though, you get your loot. Good deal, it restores the torch.
The light. The promise of
We don't have a lot of room here. Definitely want that portrait, so I think we'll get rid of the journal page. Maybe. Nope, but got rid of the little cheap thing. That's fine. Okay. Don't care about the bandage as much. It does heal bleeding, which you can use mid-combat. And we'll just correct where our guys are located right now. Alright, we'll move along. So we did have to camp kind of early. I usually like to camp the room just before the boss. But this is just what worked out the best.
Spirits are lifted.
Alright, good. Got some more loot. We're gonna clear something else out here, though. Yeah, I think I really wanted to keep a journal page here just to see if it did anything when I got back to town, so we had to dump some of the gold items. But honestly, the gold's really, really important. Being able to upgrade your town is very, very important as well. Alright, good. So we got a surprise on them. That means they don't get a first turn, so hopefully we can knock out one of them and at least get some damage in. Unfortunately, you still can't attack a stealth target, and I don't have any moves on these characters that reduce stealth, or remove it. So I'll try to start whittling into him. And we did the shot here, which is normally weaker, but I think the damage is a little bit higher because of the marked buff. The actual sword slice move he has doesn't do extra damage to marked targets. So he got bled there for 8 damage for 5 rounds. That's 40 damage. That's painful. Usually a critical attack that does bleed as well, and from what I can tell, it extends the duration even longer. So normally that would be 8 damage for 3 turns, but yeah. Alright, good. So we got the caster down. Just need to keep our guy up here healed so he doesn't die. Good deal. Oh, nice. Critical back. Criticals usually do heal stress, like that white 4 that popped up over the first, or those allies. That's stress being healed. Alright, so he's still marked. We're going to look at this. And he's dead.
Their cursed champion falls.
Got some stuff.
Seize this momentum.
Gold's not really worth
Push on
much.
to the task's end.
I think I valued the shovel here just for the potential use of it. Now, we were able to destroy that one obstacle earlier with the shovel. If you don't have a shovel, though, it's basically like your allies are tearing it down with their bare hands, and it causes a lot of stress and reduces your torch significantly. So, if you can avoid it, definitely try to. Alright, so this one we don't have some of the fishmen, we actually have some cultists. That one especially is pretty annoying. They have stress moves and some pull and push moves, but we killed it pretty quickly. And then this guy does some bleeds and things. So I usually like to kill those if I can. Some more stress, that's fine. So he does a guard move where basically if you try to attack the person he's guarding, he'll get hit instead. Makes it difficult to chew through them, but that's what it is. So, let's see what we do here. We'll probably need to shuffle the back line. Nope. Alright, we're just going to try to whip him down. It's alright. I think I forgot here about the guard effect. Or was at least just trying to punch through it. Definitely needed to heal him from all that bleed action earlier. Hey, more bleed, 10 damage. But it just dropped down to 2, so... The bleeds do stack, but they have their own independent timers as well, so... It won't, like, continue to extend the duration and then multiply the damage exponentially. It's just what it like, when I do a bleed, that's the bleed effect, so... 5 damage for 3 rounds is 5 damage for 3 rounds. But it might say, like, if I stack another bleed, that he'll take 12 damage next round or something like that. Alright, so he resisted all that. That sucks. That normally stuns them, but that works, so... Criticals are very helpful, because you can usually just one-shot enemies. Alright, get some healing going. Yep, resisting the bleed, that's helpful. Just try to knock him down finally. It's gonna be a little rough going into the boss, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, just stacking that bleed effect. Just doesn't want to die. And he's dead finally, okay. So the issue here is that the leopard has very little health.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
At this point we don't need the skeleton key, so we'll dump that and get some of the items. I think we'll just have to dump the rest here, unfortunately. You can feed food to kind of force heal them. So the boss is in that room. It doesn't look like there's any other fights, so we should have a decent shot going in. I mean, it would be nice to be full health going in, but you really can't just, like... You can't always expect to have that. The game isn't that nice. Oh, it's got a map after we've already explored everything. That's helpful. Oh well, so... Alright, I think we're pretty well as prepared as we can be. We'll top the torch off and go into the boss.
Even in death, the captain shouts his
This is the Sunken Crew.
the crew.
We do a lot of, like, summoning and different things like that. Let's see what we can do here. Checking out the resistances and stuff, so we're gonna mark the back guy. That's the boss themselves. If you kill the boss, their minions usually die outright. Depends on the boss, but don't know what the anchor guy does yet, so we'll just try to get as much damage in on the boss as we can. Now, a lot of bosses summon minions like this one did. So he's got him debuffed here and he can't move. I think we just have to kill the guy with the anchor. It's like it's stressing him. Yeah, okay, that works. I don't know what actually happens if you let that sit. It might be that he pulls him down and does extra damage or something, but don't really want to wait and find out. So the guy's still marked, so we'll try to get some damage in with the bounty hunter. And the Highlander, big deal. Gotta get the Vestal to move back now so she can actually heal stuff. Looks like he's only throwing the anchor at the front guy, which is fine, because he can handle it. Try to see if we can hit them both. Okay, so yeah, it looks like you have to kill him to drop the anchor. That's okay. He's a little stuck there. Nice little critical.
A singular strike.
Good deal. So we killed that guy again. Looks like he's going to end up summoning another one. Oh, if he misses, he doesn't. That's nice. Gonna move back so she can do some stuff. Ooh, nice. 40 damage critical. Let's try to stun lock this guy maybe. Yeah, awesome. So now he won't be able to do his move right away. Stun though, so we might try to finish him. Nope, we'll just remark him, that's fine. Like I said, killing the boss quickly is usually to your benefit, so keeping him marked and doing more damage to him is the best option usually. And since that ad is stunned, we don't have to deal with him right away. The cleave damage there helps to keep that ad whittled down so we can kill him when we need to. Just keep hammering away. Oh, that's... So we're getting a nice little bleed effect. 3 damage it looks like, so that's not terrible. So we'll just keep chunking away. Once that ad grabs someone, we'll probably kill him again. Some of the guys are getting awfully close on the stress here. Highwayman's very close. The bounty hunter's at 89, so... Oh, he dodged it. Good, good. Keep chunking away. Alright, so the boss has 22 more health. That's not bad. Should be able to take that down. Oh, 2 more health. Almost there. Alright, we killed it. And yep, he died outright. Awesome. So we'll just take that uncommon trinket here. Might end up selling it. And we killed the boss, so we can return. So this is the victory screen. At the top we got the gold and crest we won, and then a special trinket. Go ahead and clear through. Okay, we got a decent amount of gold, a lot of upgrade items. Alright, so some of the allies leveled up to level 5, and a couple are very close to level 4, so that's good. The other thing here, that mask icon means, okay, so they got a negative trait. It's not an important one, but sometimes they're very bad, like they'll reduce like combat modifiers and stuff.
The plume and
so that's our foray back into Darkest Dungeon. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely give this game a look if you have time. I'm going to plan to do more videos when I get the chance. And see you next time.